Hello, comic creators. This week's comics industry commentary, we look at the money going into San Diego, the money coming out of Webtoons, and the loss of another industry icon, with a little bit of bonus content about the Eric July crowdfunding phenomenon. My name is Gamal Hennessy, and let's get started with the sad news first. Alan Grant, the influential writer for Batman, Lobo, and Judge Dredd, passed away earlier this week at the age of 73, I believe. This is the fourth or fifth or ninth. I don't know how many um, kind of obituary pieces we've had to lead with since the channel started, but he was pivotal in the development of Batman, even though his name does not get tossed around along with a lot of the other kind of seminal Batman writers, but his impact was felt, and we are going to miss his impact in the future. Moving on to this week's return of the San Diego Comic Con, there's been there's a lot of activity that's already gone on, even though this is the first or second day. If you want a list of all of the panels that are related to being a professional comic book creator, Rob Salkowitz over at ICV2 has put together a comprehensive list, and I'm going to add that link in the show notes so that you can check it out over the next few days to get the most out of the con for your professional efforts. In terms of the con overall and its impact on San Diego, a local economic institution analyzed that Comic-Con brings in about $165 million every year that the con is running and $90 million in direct spending. It's one of the premier tourist events in San Diego, obviously, and that's one of the reasons why there was so much involvement from the mayor and the city council with that proposed strike that was going on at the Hilton Bayfront Hotel last week. The economic report also indicated that every participant or every attendee to San Diego Comic Con spends an average of $700 over the 5-day weekend. And I don't know how they got to $700, but that seems like a huge underestimate because when I go to a con, the hotel is definitely costing me more than $700. The food and alcohol cost is definitely going to be more than $700. And I will probably spend more than $700 on the show floor. So I'm not sure where they got $700 from, but they're the economists. I'm not. Maybe I'm just not spending my money the right way. Outside of San Diego Comic Con, Webtoons announced this week their annual payout numbers for English speaking Webtoon creators over the past 2 years. And according to their estimates, they have paid out English speaking comic creators $27 million since 2020, or about $1 million per month overall. Now, this number, like any number, when you're talking about the amount of money that's being given out to creators, whether you're talking about music or acting or video games or novels or anything else, it's going to be top heavy. So there's going to be a few people at the top of that list who are making the most of that $1 million, and everybody else is kind of playing catch up. So the fact that there is that much payout coming out of Webtoons is significant because comic creators looking for different ways to monetize their stories should definitely consider Webtoons as one of the alternatives. Just keep in mind that there's a lot of content already there. There's a lot of people that are already established, and you will, no matter what you do, have to bring a market to Webtoons if you want to see those numbers go up. The last piece, I want to give you a little bit of extra bonus content. I recently did a video about 2, 3 days ago, analyzing the marketing techniques that I saw in the Eric July crowdfunding campaign. For those of you who are not aware, Mr. July, the last time I checked, was getting close to $3 million in Kickstarter fund, well, not Kickstarter, crowdfunding funds for his the first issue of his comic, And I just tried to break down why I thought he was having the success that he was having. So if you like, you can check that out, or you can check out all the other links that I'm going to put into the show notes. You can share your questions, comments, criticisms, concerns, or jokes about the comic book industry in the comments. Have a good weekend. Like and subscribe, and have fun with your comics.